What's going on, everybody?
Hola.
What's up with y'all?
Whew.
You know,
Tired. That's so hard. So tired. I'm about to start sharing.
You're so tired, you're gonna start sharing. That's the type of tired
oh
a
shoot,
man like.
Gigi got the jugs tonight.
Well, I got me a one of
look.
the
So
push
you
ups.
take,
I gotta push them.
so you taking Tiandra place? That what it
I'm
is?
not
Period. Right.
exactly what it is.
Because she normally, her jugs be
Ooh.
extra narcissist. So,
Right.
I mean, I still got them.
I mean, we know you got them.
Ain't going nowhere.
We know they ain't go nowhere.
Things ain't going nowhere.
Y'all just be putting them out there, like, hey.
I'm low
Shit, I
key
barely
tonight.
made it here. I ain't even got a chance to get me a drink. Hell, I need a Bud Light Limerita today. It's one of them days. But I don't think I got one.
It's all good. It's all good. Look, I'm gonna see how this goes. We're gonna let the music play in the background. Y'all tell me. We'll do that for like the first part of the show, and then when we get to talking, then
I'm sharing.
keep it moving. Hey, I want everybody who is
Oh, you
watching. Y'all know we
YouTube is,
see that y'all are watching, so go ahead and post something. Say what's up. Say hey. Let us know that you're here. Let us know where you at. Let us know where you from. Let us know something.
Are we
You know what I
live?
mean?
Can y'all hear me?
We like that. Absolutely, we can hear you.
We are live, my love.
Yep. We
My mic.
we love
Sure,
that.
we
We
don't
love that
understand.
interaction. We love that crowd participation. So,
Yes.
y'all make sure y'all say something. Y'all speak up. Let us know what is coagulating right now. In your world. Tell us how y'all's week was. Let's see. Last week it was narcissist surviving a narcissist part 3, right? Man, those were some dope 3-part episodes.
That was. It really was. You know what? The last 4 episodes have been just amazing. Starting with Healthy Relationships Matter, diving into surviving narcissism, like it was bomb.
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed it. Learned a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
Look, I come in on the tail end. Why am I
There you go.
reversed? Oh no.
So
I
let's see.
went to share, and I'm sorry. Let me share. I don't know what happened to my volume.
So let's see
Right,
what's
right.
been going on. So I got a promotion at work. Woo woo.
Promotion at work. That's what's up.
Very exciting. Starting a new career. But you know what? So Surviving Narcissism, that podcast. So, I was dating somebody off and on for like the last year, and doing that 3-part series helped me identify that I was again dating somebody who had MPD traits. So I broke that off.
Well, I mean,
Broke that
let's just be real. Everybody has narcissistic traits. That's what they say.
That's
Everybody has
very
narcissistic
true.
traits. But what
That's
was
very,
it?
very
What was
true.
it that identified him? What was it that gave him away?
Oh, it was a lot of things. But listen, so the
What
last
there was?
conversation that we had just really just did it for me. So he was projecting. So let's see, how do I put this? He doesn't have his priorities in order. And so now that I'm, saying I'm more focused on what I have going on, my goals and things, I don't have as much time to devote. So in his mind, because I'm spending more time working on my goals, working on the Paintings After Dark, got the promotion at work, spending more time mothering on my children, then I'm seeing somebody else. And I'm sitting here like, hold on, you are a love interest, not a boyfriend. You can't ask me those questions. And he just was like, well, you're just, just projecting onto me because that's what he was doing. So then he called me a narcissist. I was like, no, I think that you might have traits. He's like, well, honey, you need to look and see what a narcissist is. I was like, well, if you were supporting me, you would know that we just did a 3-part series on surviving narcissism. So I'm fully well versed in the subject. But if you were supporting me and being a supportive person, and said as a love interest, you would know that. So you're not supporting. So this fool had the nerve to tell me that if it were not for him, I wouldn't have no Panties After Dark. We've been doing this way.
Can y'all hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Now how long?
I'm over here
I know.
I'm
Right?
in shock over here sharing. I'm like, what?
Right now, how long? Now, I mean, I know this is a reboot. But how long ago did we think this up? How long ago did we come up
Does
with
his
this?
name start with an M?
His name starts with a narcissist. And then, hold on, wait a minute, it gets even better. So my new job that I got, he said that if it had not been for him, I would have never applied for the job. Now, mind you, I applied for this job and had 3 interviews for this job in February 2020 before the pandemic shut everything
2 years
down.
ago, right?
Right, you
And
remember me telling you about it.
congratulations.
So thank you. So she called me and hired me. She goes, I don't know if you remember me, but I remember you. So I had to do 3 interviews, and the last interview was a Skype interview where I had to do a presentation. And I was like, well, shit, I don't know anything. What do I present to these people? So you guys, I sat down and I did a full face of makeup for them because I'm a makeup artist in my free time. I'm freelance.
Girl, you be
I showed them
slaying,
how
too.
to. Thank you. I showed them how to properly fill in your eyebrows and apply lashes. And she never forgot that. And she said that she's been filling her eyebrows in like that since I taught her ever since. So they never forgot me. That's how I got the job. But
so I mean, but hold on. I'm trying to figure out.
But this fool
I mean,
said,
what was it? I mean, he said. I mean, okay. He said it had not been, but back up.
Do I know him?
Hold on.
That's
Was
a
it like a
movie.
talent? It was like a talent show. I mean, like they was like, listen, do something amazing, and you just did the makeup thing.
Well, no, it's not like that. So this job, I'm traveling. So this is my new job. I am the new senior account manager for a client that the company that I work for, that I'm not going to mention on this podcast, has acquired. So I'm account manager.
Wow.
So I have to go into different branches of this client and manage their accounts. So they want to know, can I talk in front of people? So that's why they help you do a presentation to see, can you talk to people?
Oh, okay. So the
Whoa.
presentation could be on anything.
On anything.
And you chose. Okay, I got you.
And that's what I chose.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So, and they remembered me. They remember my personality because y'all know I'm a goof troop. I'm a whole nutcase. So they remember my personality. But let this fool tell it. Had it not been for him, I would have never got the job. I was like, he really got some NPD going on over here. So yeah.
Girl, do I know him? That's my name.
No.
We don't
need to call nobody out. We didn't did enough calling people out.
Nobody out. We're just gonna say
we're not gonna do that.
Narcissist. But so I decided. I was talking to Joe about it. I decided I'm taking a break from dating because obviously I make bad decisions with dating. So right now I'm emotionally unavailable. That's my new. I'm emotionally unavailable.
You know what? We should do T-shirts with that iPad. I'm emotionally unavailable.
Emotionally unavailable.
Hey, look.
Unavailable.
Hey, look. It could be like. Hold on. I'm hearing some feedback. Anybody got 2 screens open or 2?
Let me make sure I know. Let me see.
Courtney said he bought me lash glue to glue me together.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Is that me still?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I think we sounded good. I think we're good. I hear it a little bit, but it's
okay. Let me go out and come back in. It might be me. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was amused.
Okay. So all right. So that's good. I forgot where I was going with that, but it is the timeline review.
All right. Let's do it.
And I'm munching on watermelon. Today's show, folks, is we're talking gender roles, masculine versus feminine energy. If you're hungry and you hear us say gender roles, we're not talking about dinner roles. We're talking about gender roles. So, there you go, Gigi. Sounding good right there.
Okay.
With that in mind, we are starting off with the timeline review, and I know you got some celebrity news you can't use.
We got plenty of it.
So we're gonna hit that up here in a minute. But first, let's go ahead and we'll get into this whole thing with the timeline review. And let's see. I see everybody in the chat is already. Everybody in the chat is already going in on
I took my
something.
nails off. Okay. I had to get them
Bought
done
you the
over. I had
last
to flip them
glue
things up.
and got and now you go together.
Right,
Funny,
right.
What happened when we go together?
funny.
He bought me the lash glue 2 years ago when I didn't know him.
That's why y'all go together?
Yeah, because 2 years ago when I didn't know him, he helped me get a job.
Okay, look, here we go. All right, so anything specific y'all want me to go to? Because I know y'all was doing some serious posting.
Oh,
Nah.
you know what?
I don't
That's
have
a good one. That one was hilarious.
Okay, look, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back, way back.
Back in the
Oh
day.
shoot! You gotta reach
And,
back to what's love got to do with it.
I'm trying to
Not a
go
goddamn
in
thing. Hey,
between.
Jane. Hey,
This
Courtney.
was a good one. I know this is a good one. Y'all want to start here?
Yeah, let's start there.
We
Okay,
can.
cool. The Bible didn't say submit to a boyfriend. It said husband. Now you know. I'm a big you know, when it comes to the Bible, I think a little bit differently than some people. But we're gonna get into some of these comments. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Let me see if I can change it to all comments. Boom. Let's take a look. Let's see.
Ooh, Lord.
Kim Nardi. She says
Love her.
the man has to meet a certain criteria. You can't follow any old idiot. The man has to be strong, dependable, have strong morals and principles. He is the head, the spokesperson. The woman is no less than, because the man needs her to help him be the best man and leader he can be. That's submitting. Ain't submitting if you're going to lead me into ruin. Shit. Gotcha.
I heard that.
All right, I feel that. And then Pretty Brown Skin comment is saying, Kim Nardi, that's the part. You can't submit to anyone just because his anatomy says he's a man, which is all in question in this day and age. So,
you know
Well,
what?
you got to be careful of half the damn husbands you submit to.
Man,
The hell?
Shit.
man, I hate when I bump into
Listen.
somebody and be like, "Oh, my bad, bro." Oh, sorry, ma'am. Oh, boy,
Ma'am,
sir.
sir.
I don't know it.
Ma'am,
All right,
sir,
so,
right.
his anatomy says he's a man does not mean he's a man. You know what? Here, and this is what I'll say to that. Because his anatomy, that's the part. You can't submit to anyone just because his anatomy says he's a male. That does not mean he's a man. Okay, so there's a difference between a male and a man. I know Uncle Michon, he says that a male focuses on three things. It's sex, food, and fun. That's what you get. Sex, food, and fun. You're gonna get that from a male, a boy, somebody who has not matured mentally, somebody who's not looking for the future with you, yada yada. So with that in mind, you got to know the difference between a male and a man. All right, so he says, no panties after dark show. To a woman who works with me and is submissive, I will give up the most respect and submit in return. Leading don't mean we gotta be the head. Trust. If my girl know more than me, I'll shut the fuck up and listen.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
We're not about to both be out here looking dumb.
Whoa, come on now. Come on now. He's preaching.
I feel that.
He's spitting.
It takes a man to be able to admit that, because most men do not want to admit that they wrong or that they can learn something from their women. They want to come in like, hey, baby, I know everything.
You got to be, the thing that it's gotten so bad in this day and age that women will try and correct you before you even say anything, and you may not even be saying anything. I know my lady, she wanted to make sure that when we were talking about the car that she knew stuff about the car, and I'm like, baby, it's all good. I'm with you. I agree with you. You know what I mean?
Because most men assume that women don't know very much about cars, so she wanted to let you know before you assume that I know a little something.
Little something.
Exactly. So, shout out to Courtney Lindsay. I know Courtney Lindsay.
Mary saw said, "Really? Are we
doing
this?"
Shout out to James Craycoff. He is here. Shout out to Esoteric Podcast with John Yon.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that compliment there. Dope backdrop. He and I was talking earlier today about the whole green screen and stuff like that. Man. It's all about improving. Greetings,
all day. Greetings. I barely got in the house in time enough to get myself together.
Hey, look. Rocky Alexander says, I used to think I was a narcissist. It ain't me. Hey, that's kind of narcissistic, though.
No, it's not. Well,
but you know what? If you have been abused by a narcissist, they will actually groom you to think that you are the narcissist.
Yeah, right. So he's not
talking about this. We just talked about this for 3 weeks ago.
For like 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Okay, so here is a LinkedIn user. I don't know, I don't know what it does or how it does it to where, like, sometimes it'll say Facebook user or what have you. Hopefully they can drop their name in here as well. We'd love to add them in some way, but just the same. Actually, the woman isn't less than per se, but it's not even. It's a 51-49 percentage. The 1% going to the man, and the woman has to submit and allow, with no lip, her husband to make those decisions. I'll say, well, hold on. I'll say that here's the thing. I need my woman to trust me and trust that I am leading us the right way. Now, that trust, if you were to do, and every time y'all turn around, y'all broke, but it's two of y'all working, and y'all broke, and just shit ain't right. Then
no,
he may not be the one that is, to lead y'all. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's true, but at the same time, what does he mean, lip? Like, you just got to be quiet every time a man makes a decision? We got to ask questions. If I have a question, I should be allowed to ask you.
Absolutely.
Not like I'm questioning you. Sometimes we may question the process, so we just need a little bit clarification, and we can even give some input as to how to make the process better. But to say no lip, like that's a little bit.
Child, they going back to the Stone Ages. What they going?
That makes me wonder how young or old they are. I'm curious as to their age, but. I get what they're saying in the sense that here's the deal. Partnerships don't really work. All right. So business partnerships, 50-50 don't really work. Somebody's got to have the greater percent so that you can acquiesce to trying things their way so that they can be the winning arbitrator to trying things their way. If it don't work their way, then of course, you should be able to, in that relationship, try it the other person's way. But somebody's got to have the greater percentage, because if not, then what happens in partnerships all the time? You just split up and everybody cuts everything in half and goes their separate ways. But somebody's got to be the head. You got to acquiesce to that person. Now, I don't agree with the whole with no lip thing, but
yeah, that was the only thing that
I'm gonna struggle with that. That's where he lost me. I'm gonna struggle with that.
I don't think they meant it literal. I don't think that was a literal thing. I think they just meant,
it was.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm the person that gives people the benefit of the doubt before the fact. So I'm gonna give that person the benefit of the doubt and say, maybe that was a bad choice of typing text words. So I don't know. But either way, all right. So Rocky Alexander says exactly 100%. I'm groomed. 1956 rules is what it sounds like. Yes, that did sound. So I would be curious as to what that person meant with no lip. I would be curious as to what gender they are, or at least what gender pronoun they claim. And I would be curious as to what is their are they of Caucasoid persuasion, or are they part of the melanated community? Because when you say no lip, that makes me think that they are brother.
The 1% is going to be the man, and the woman. Well, come on, ain't no woman gonna say no lip with the man.
I know.
The
that's why
man should be in
I
charge.
feel like it's a brother.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it is too. Because what? Yeah.
And when he says no lip, he's thinking of how our women are very strong minded.
No lip.
That's what he's thinking of when he said no lip, because our women.
Cut them lips off, girl. Don't do no lips, girl.
You got to be strong you got to be strong to deal with a sister. For reals.
If you're playing our drinking game, y'all probably already drunk. How many times have I clutched my pearls already?
I haven't even gotten a chance to get mine, so I will. I will on the break.
Y'all should actually wear some pearls and then clutch them for real.
I got some.
You know what? I'm gonna do that next week. I
got some pearls, but
I know y'all do.
Never mind. I ain't
I'm gonna do that.
Look.
Some cute lines.
They're long string of pearls. I ain't gonna tell you what Coco used to do with them, but that's another story.
Oh Lord! All right, so look, let's remember the time. So here, y'all should, man. Well, do you plan to get to your husband besides what? Well, do you plan to get to husband besides working together? Y'all control who you fuck, but we control who you marry. Huh? Interesting. Very good point. Gotcha,
that is a good point.
James Edwards.
I can't see myself proposing to no man.
I ain't about to.
I don't. You know, I hope it
I've
don't get
seen
that
it on
bad.
the internet. I don't think I've ever seen one man on the internet on social media that's happened to that they've said yes.
I know a couple. She proposed on the beach and they got married and they were married for 14 years. I know a couple.
Oh wow, bless their heart.
James Edward, he says it also allows you to kill your wife if you suspect her of cheating. So basically, disregard it. Submit to a worthy man if it is genuinely in you. Outside of that, you are entitled to the exact same degree of happiness, devotion, and loyalty as he is. Position yourself to make each other happy. And I think that's absolutely important. One thing I say a lot is, if I'm focused on making her happy and she's focused on making me happy, who's unhappy in that?
Everybody's winning. Everybody's
winning.
Yeah. Like, but did he say it's time to kill your wife?
See, I didn't understand that part right there. It also, I think what he's saying is the Bible.
I'm sorry to be to cut you off, but wait a minute. We just go overlook the kill the wife.
I know. I mean, I was thinking he was saying the Bible, and in my mind, as soon as I read it, I was like, you know what? You can go ahead and try to kill your wife and see what happens, and I don't think it's going to pan out too well for you, but you know.
So, I mean, Joe just go talk about the other 4 sentences after that, but he just go overlook the first.
Like, hey, listen, I had to overlook it when we was commenting.
Yeah. But I mean, but here's the thing, you know, you're talking Stone Age, you know, thousands of years ago stuff, and this is why I post what I did. I said the Bible is subjective. You know, if you go back and you look at those scriptures and things, that was Apostle Paul. Apostle Paul was writing letters to the Church of Corinth and you know, stuff like that. And ultimately, he was talking to a certain sect of people. He was talking to, you know, certain people, and he was giving his own personal opinion. Now, years later, somebody found them letters and decided to put them together in the Bible, and now we call it holy, and people actually use the Bible as their actual deity rather than have an actual, real, personal relationship with the spiritual essence of
the Creator,
God, right? So, you know, people fail in that all day long because we sit here and we give this precedence in our life when this is one individual's personal opinion. You know what I mean? Because this same individual said that women are not to be preaching in churches, right?
Yeah, so, we get away with that.
But plenty of women preach in church. So again, the Bible is subjective. People decide to follow what they want to follow, right?
Exactly.
So let's stop.
I mean, but it's been translated how many different times? We like
4,000 times. We don't, it's like, you know,
a lot.
We can't, just use it as a blueprint. Apply it as you can.
Right.
Yep. 4,000 different languages and whatnot. 500 something different versions. You know, here's the key right here. Let's get these Eurocentric slave words out of our vocabulary, because submit, I said right here, I'm going with my brother John Yah, and that is Mr. Esoteric Podcast himself. I'm going with my brother John. Yeah, on this one, the word submission carries a slave-like undertone, whereas alignment sounds much better. You want to be in alignment with your husband/wife. So again, and he says to the sisters, what does submitting to your man look like? Ooh, good question. What y'all think?
Well, for me,
don't be getting quiet now.
I'm not getting quiet. We got to get
Come on.
Can we think about the question?
We got to come with it. We got to come with it. So for me,
like I'm not submitted to just any man. Like, what are you talking about? A man? What kind of man? What is he doing?
I mean, come on. Let's just, you know.
No, I'm being Joe right now.
No, listen. No, because if you're being Joe, then let's look at what the original comment was about. The Bible didn't say submit to a boyfriend, it said husband. So let's just say that your husband is your man. To the sisters, what does submitting to your man look like?
If that's my husband, that's my man, then it means that I trust you to be the head of the household. But of course, you know, saying the man is the household, but the woman is the neck. So that means that we're going to work hand in hand together. But, you know, I'm like what the previous commenter said, the 51-49 percentage. I get that because, you know, saying the woman is the 49, the man is the 51. But listen, I'm going to struggle. You lost me with that no lip. I might talk back a little bit sometimes. I know
it would have been a good point, but
I might talk back sometimes. I might talk back. I know how to listen. I know how to listen. So to me, that means that I trust you to lead us and guide our life. So like Joe said, we're in alignment. So we have a common goal. But you can only, you know, saying you can only have one chief. You can't have two chiefs. You can only have one chief. You can only have one head. So that means that we have a common goal. You and I, we understand what that common goal is, and I trust you to lead me in that process. That's what it looks like for me.
Yeah.
What you say, DG?
I'm gonna ditto that, and I'm gonna say while y'all talking about submission and what your man and your husband and all this, also remember what it says about how a man should lead his household. He should not be a drunkard. He should not be you know, a gambler and a thief and have, you know, cheating with the neighbor's wives and all that. So let's not forget about that. He needs to be a strong
in the old days. But
come on now.
But if you want to go back to the Bible also
I'm just saying.
The Bible also said that the man is to love his woman the way that Christ loved the church. Christ died for the church. So are you gonna lay down your life for me?
That they don't lay down they goddamn ribeye steak for at dinner time. You know, let me. They want, you know what I'm saying? Maybe on that movie when the lady said if he give you his last bite of his food, he's in love with you. So I'm waiting on the man. I'm gonna submit to the man that's gonna give me the last bite of his chicken wing, the last bite of his cake.
So does he have to give you the last bite of his food on your first day?
The brothers.
On your first day?
The man gave me his last bite of food and he was still a dog. That don't mean shit.
It sounded good.
It sounded good. That don't mean shit.
Hey, look, he just got full one bite before.
That's what it was. Babe, I can't finish this. I'm full. Her, you have it. That's what it was. He was still a dog.
I wanted that to still be hungry.
Sounded good though.
Last bite that day.
That sounded good though, GD.
It did. I know. I'm just saying.
All right, so Yeshua, man. He says you're not getting my last bite. So
that's what I'm saying. I'm not getting your last bite.
Look,
but we're not going to get married.
Jonathan Tinker says because women want a traditional man, but refuse to accept the role of a traditional woman.
Where's the traditional man at? These men, I haven't seen very many traditional men. These men are trying to, like, the men in our age group, I'm Gen X, okay? They're trying to keep up with Gen Y. They're trying to do what Gen Y and the millennials are doing. They're not trying to do what the baby boomer fathers and mothers did before them. So where is the traditional man? Where is that household like my grandfather? You know,
I don't want a household like my grandfather.
That's what I'm just saying. Well, I
don't want that shit. If that's what love is, because listen, baby.
He might be at Home Depot.
I don't want what my grandfather gave my grandmother because he was pimping all over the world. If that's
not your grandfather. Like, my grandfather was in the military.
I want
that. Remember that was back in the day when a man can have one job and he could take care of his household, his mistress' household, and you know, still have some extra money to play with. But hey, let's go to one more thing, and then we're gonna jump in and do celebrity news you can't use. Let's see what else. Anything else good y'all want me to go to before we finish?
There's a YouTube of a man that right there. That one was good. You just
right here. This one.
That one right. Hit it.
Okay. Let's peep this.
It's in Chinese, but it's still funny.
A groom surprised his wife during their wedding in China with a video of her caught in bed with her brother-in-law. The wedding reportedly took place Thursday in the Fujian province in southeastern China. The wedding ceremony had already taken place, with the reveal occurring during the banquet. Witnesses said the newlyweds had entered through the crowd towards the stage set up as part of their banquet. The MC then took to the mic, reportedly telling the crowd he was going to show you the videos of how the newlyweds grew up. However, the clips of the bride with her brother-in-law began playing as the groom reportedly grabbed the mic and yelled, "You thought I didn't know." The bride then reportedly threw her bucket at her new husband before members of the wedding party took to the stage to separate them. However, the Chinese blogger Zhang Zi said the reported affair started after the groom allegedly abused his soon-to-be wife. She allegedly told her brother-in-law domestic violence and started developing feelings while he helped settle any alleged problems.
That's the ultimate petty, ain't it? He went through with the whole wedding.
Right.
The whole wedding. He got married. Hopefully they didn't sign the marriage license. I don't know how it works over in China and how they do it over there. But he went through with the whole wedding to humiliate her in front of all of his family and friends.
Girl, she lucky over there in China. She lucky he didn't cut her head or her hand off. Hell, machete her ass to death.
They gonna stone her in the streets.
She better be glad.
That's crazy. Okay, so look, there's one thing that we got to show.
There was a TikTok I want you to show. Go ahead. Okay.
This TikTok right here, we got to show. Can we show this one? The 5 things.
I don't know what that one is.
Okay, so this one definitely has to do. Now, this is a little bit longer, and you get. So this is.
Hey, what's going on? My opinion on it. There are 5 things that I think women should not be doing. You like to hear? Here they go. I don't care how low the gas is. She will not be pumping no gas. Number 2, take that whip to the car wash. It take all of 5 minutes now with these new machines they got. No elbow grease required. And you get the vacuum clean for free. Number 3, don't care how modern that car is. Get up under that hood. Check them fluids. Don't let her tell you she know what she's doing. Check them fluids. 3B. If that car need to go to the shop, don't let your lady take her car to the shop. A man loves to see a woman coming when they're bringing their car to the shop. If you ain't got no man, let your brother take it. Number 4, y'all together, try to open the door for that lady and let her get in the car. Dare you let her. Number 5, stop by Hallmark. It don't need to be no special occasion. You're going to the dollar store buying cars. Believe it or not, a woman should not go a day without knowing that you love her. If you ain't got no one to love you, love yourself. And it don't take much. Just go buy a card. But be careful. You give a woman a card, they turn it over to the back and they go see how much you paid for that card. So quick, just
you better know it.
I promise you.
Know it.
With a little teddy bear or something. Just close the door and be about your way. She should always know you love her.
Her car looking good, or his car or something. There's another TikTok real quick that I shared today.
A creator by the name of Mr. Daddy 63 made a video that went viral where he listed 5 things that he believes a woman should never have to do when she has a man in her life. Now, I would like to do my version of 5 things a man should never have to do when he has a woman in his life. And this is a man who is taking care of business. We're not talking about you bums out there. Okay, here goes. Number 1, A man should never have to pack his own lunch. You're already cooking dinner. Why not set an extra chicken leg, an extra potato, and an extra serving of broccoli to the side when you cook so he can have a lunch ready to go in the morning? I'm telling you, it's a big flex for him to be sitting in that break room with coworkers and he's got a nice lunch packed and it's smelling good, and throw a little note in there and telling him what you're going to do later on that night. And he blush, big flex. Number 2, a man should never have to ask for encouragement. The world beats our men up enough. Why is he being beat up at home? If this man is handling all of his business and he has a day where he's feeling down and he's feeling like he can't do it, encourage that man. Speak life into that man, because the better he feels, the better he can make you feel. Teamwork. Number 3, a man should never have to ask to be celebrated. We expect him to do all of these things for us, and you can't say thank you. You can't say I appreciate you. You can't make a big deal when he walks into the house with something new for you. You can't make a big deal when he cuts the grass and he got them lines perfectly. You can't celebrate that man for handling business. Celebrate that man. And sometimes you need to make a big deal out of it so he feels the desire to keep doing it. Number 3, this man should never have to ask for intimacy. Why are we using it as a weapon? You want him to get up and handle business without being asked. Why you can't handle business without being asked? Why does he have to beg and plead and bribe you to handle his physical needs? What did your grandmama teach you? You never let a man leave out of the house angry, hungry, or keep playing.
Keep playing.
And last but not least, a man should never have to ask for support.
My grandmama don't even do half the things that I just need.
If he is operating in the capacity that benefits everybody in the family, when he comes to you with a plan and he tells you, baby, what do you think? You need to be saying, I'm on board. And what can I do? Because the better your family operates, the better everybody is in whole, the easier your job is ultimately. Support that man when he's doing positive things and put in effort to help him so y'all can build together and be a dream team.
That one time about that there. All right, let's go play the one you want to play. Let's see. Yeah. It was a TikTok, Gigi.
I don't even remember which one it was.
Lord
it
Jesus,
was one from today. But it had something to do with the topic, so.
Yeah, you don't remember where it was? It was on here?
Today's post. If you can't find it, don't worry about it.
Oh, you know what? I'm sitting here looking on my page. Hold on.
Fix it, Jesus.
Fix it, Jesus.
She said, remember what your grandmama told me, girl? My grandmama, child, look, my grandmama said she don't, there's a couple things she don't do sexually. That's that.
Hey,
right, because I'm not doing it. That's another generation. Talk about that.
She ain't put her mouth. She ain't put no mouth down there on her own. No down there.
But the lady didn't even say like about any specifics of anything. She just said, don't be holding out on them. That's all.
Yeah, but every guy that I've heard whose wife or girlfriend don't make that mouth do what it do, he be going to look for that mouth somewhere.
Y'all remember the first episode, the Indian dude that got the tickets to Beyonce?
Oh my God!
The American Love.
American women put the mouth.
American women put their mouth down there. You don't put your mouth down there either. That's what she said.
She's talking about the American Love.
Now, are y'all looking at this to tell me what TikTok?
I seen it. Yes.
What is it about?
Oh, wait.
I think I know which one she's talking about. I remember seeing it today.
Are you looking at the screen, Gigi, to see if it's...
I'm looking at it right here.
Okay. It's not this one,
It was in the stories. It was in the stories. Go click on
it was in the stories. Click on the stories.
Click on our story. That's the easiest way. Because we'll be here all night looking for that joint.
Yeah.
That's all the way at the top.
I don't know how to click on the story.
It's at the top.
Jesus.
Hey, look, Esoteric Podcast, he said what she said, talking about that video, because I saw him post it first, and then I grabbed it, and then I went to look for the guy that she said went viral on his 5 things, and then I did that compilation and put them together. But look, all the fellas is like, hey, man.
If I ever get married again, he's getting all of that and then some. But it's got to be the
Lauren.
right man.
But you know what though? One thing that happens, and I see this, and I've seen it, is a woman will spend time giving the wrong man all of this amazing stuff.
Agreed.
And you know, other dudes could be sitting back looking on Facebook like, damn, she's talking about Team Us, and she's just all into this dude, like posting
that was me.
Food pics and everything. And then
the fucking fool.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Then when the right man comes along and gives you everything, now you got walls up and you holding back. And you're not doing none of that same stuff that you was doing when you was doing it with the dude who was the wrong dude.
I'm J-Lo, Joe. I'm J-Lo. I don't care how many times I got to do it. I'm going to do it till I get it right. I'm not jaded. I'm not bitter. I believe the love is out there. I'm taking a little break for right now because I don't make good decisions. I need to get myself together. But I'm definitely, when he come along, he's getting all of that. I was boo-boo the fool before. And, you know, we're going to do it till we get it right.
Hey.
I just said, you know, I just gotta see a little bit more before I give that much of myself.
I'm like J-Lo.
First of all, I never shared any man on my timeline. Pretty Brown will tell you that. I ain't never shared no man besides my sons. The guy that I was with for all those years was the first man that I had ever shared. And I was like, I'm not the type that's gonna share this guy this month, and then like few months from now I'm gonna share another guy, look at Bay, and then some months down the line then it's a different dude. Like I just didn't want to be that person. So that was
I definitely get that. I get that.
Yeah.
I definitely get that.
Because we had plans, you know, to get married. It didn't happen, but
yeah, you don't want to. Really, it's really I don't know. I feel like it's you don't want. You're still hoping. Okay, I hope this one don't happen. You're still trying to wait and see if this one, you know, it ain't gonna happen again or whatever. I guess I don't know. I guess you know, and I think a ring is a good thing that says, hey, a ring or tattoos on the finger, something, you know, should be like a good thing that says, okay, he's committed and we rocking. You know what I mean? So
no, the ring ain't. To me, it
I
has
had
to
a
be
ring
action.
in my last relationship.
It has to be
and
action.
I was still, I still play boo boo the fool, even with a ring on. So
yeah, it's like a ring. I need to see some action. So I'm not about to just start 100% just because you say you're a good man. Just start giving 100% of myself and doing like I need to see. Who don't need to see some action? I mean,
that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about anyone saying that they're a good man. We're talking about people proving it.
It, right?
And that's
Show
where
me the money.
That's the man. That's the man that needs to be celebrated. That's the man that you need to give your all to because he's proven it and he's showing that
right. If there's a mutual attraction, I agree. If there's a mutual attraction and attraction. Yeah, if there's a mutual attraction, because it's a lot of guys that try to talk to women and, you know, I'm a good man, and they may damn well be a good man, but they just might not be a good man for me. I mean, there has to be an attraction, there has to be some type of just a mutual understanding, a mutual just things that you have.
But we're talking about a man that you're with, like that you.
Okay, you're talking about someone that we're already with. Okay.
Yeah, like you know.
He didn't tell you to go out and get married from the players.
That's the only man that's gonna be proving it is the man that you with, right? So you know.
No, he needs to prove it before we get together. I'm not during the dating stage, right? During the courting stage.
No, I mean I'm just saying, you know, y'all court, you date. You know, and then whatever decisions come together to decide that y'all gonna make this a relationship.
Okay,
he proved himself worthy to have you as his woman, and okay, so there's that first level there, and then he continues to show that you know he didn't love bomb you. You know, he's not coming back later and all that love that he was given. Where is it anymore? No, he's not doing that. He's consistent. He's continuing.
Okay, I got what you're saying. Make it clear, right?
But okay, so
for the love of chili,
for the love of Gigi, what Gigi wants, okay? Because she got a list.
Hey,
I'm just making things. I'm just trying to be clear. That's all.
Hey, but look. Your boy. I thought this as soon as the lady said something about cooking. She said, "You already cooking?" I was like, But
She
is
said
she
a
already?
chicken leg,
Is
a
she
potato,
already
and broccoli.
cooking though? Is she
I'm thinking
already
that's a
cooking?
poor ass meal.
I think I'm gonna tell the next man that I can't boil water.
You can't what?
That's a chicken leg.
I'm gonna tell the next man that I can't boil water. That's what I'm gonna tell him. I don't cook.
I'm gonna say I got this plumping from
for a man,
ice
and then
cream.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell him how to make homemade biscuits and greens.
I honestly say, yeah, I hope you can keep up. You know, I like when my man apply pressure, and I was like, you apply pressure to wounds. You know what I'm saying? You apply pressure to cuts and stuff that's bleeding. You know, I like why do I need to apply pressure? You know what I'm saying? Like are you wounded? You know what I mean? Like are you bleeding? Is something broke? You know what I mean? Like, and I know that's deep, right? But mind you, words have power. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to apply pressure. I want to apply reciprocity. You know what I'm saying? The matching of energy, like alignment. You hear me? Like pressure. I don't want to apply pressure. You know what I'm saying? And why am I asking apply pressure instantly? We just met. If you need a doctor, if you need healing, go get that. But I'm not here to apply pressure. I'm here to apply light and good energy and reciprocity. You know what I'm saying? And all those other things, right? I'm not applying pressure. You know what I'm saying? It's either we match or we don't. You know what I'm saying? Like if our energies match. The rest, I mean, yeah, we got to figure it out and see if this is worth, you know, like turn into something, or we just, you know, be friends and stuff. But pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good one.
I was conversing with this
because that's
and you know
important.
what? And you know what though? Sometimes when you get pressure applied from the wrong person, it feels like harassment.
Oh, I found it. Let me share it again to the.
It feels like harassment when it comes to the wrong person. So don't apply pressure to me. Keep the pressure.
Right.
I don't want none.
All right, so it's already 9:52. So let's just go ahead real quick and do celebrity news you can't use by Pretty Brown Skin. Go ahead, take it away, sis.
I don't know if this is celebrity news you can't use, but you know, we got some current events. A lot went down since our last episode. The feds stepped in and they arrested the cops that killed Breonna Taylor.
About time.
Yes.
About time.
We
hallelujah, praise God. And you know when the feds swing, they don't miss. So them cops is going to Club Fed. Speaking of the feds stepped in and issued a no-knock warrant on our former president, Agent Orange, Donald Trump, at the Mar-a-Lago down in Florida.
That's right.
He was flushing documents down the toilet in the White House. Now, somebody told me, they said, well, they didn't find what they were looking for. It doesn't matter. But he flushed documents down the toilet in the White House. They've been building this case against him.
They said that he literally flushed documents down the toilet.
Flushed documents down the toilet in the White House. So he clogged up the toilet, and they had to call the repair people in to come fix the toilet, and they found these handwritten documents. Federal crime. So he's got a room waiting for him at Club Fed also. Because again, when the feds swing, they don't miss.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else in celebrity news? Kim Kardashian and Skeet are no longer.
Her what?
Kim Kardashian and who?
And Skeet. She broke up with Skeet.
Oh,
you know, that's Kanye's pet
name. That was Kanye's little nickname for him.
Now, you know, I thought that
they been broke up, didn't they?
They just broke up a couple of days ago. So I
Kim
thought that
Kardashian and Kanye West?
No, with Pete. Skeet.
Pete.
I don't know who that is.
The dude she been dating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they
follow them.
Lord, sipping. Yeah, so they broke up, and Kanye West, and typical Kanye style, he made a post that Skeet is dead, and that Kid Cudi was gonna perform at the funeral, but he was scared of the water bottles. But that's a whole other story. Speaking of Kardashian news, Khloe Kardashian and Tristan third trimester Thompson welcomed their new baby, a baby boy. It has no name yet because they don't know. You had 9 months to come up with a name while the baby was baking in the surrogate, but that's them people's business. Angela Yee stepped away from the Breakfast Club. She's getting her own show. Yay, Angela Yee. And
girl.
And what else did we got going on? There was one other thing that we wanted to touch on, and I don't remember at the point, but there you go. Celebrity news you can't use. We had to make it quick because,
Awesome.
I found a link. I found it and shared it.
I feel like if it's celebrity news you can't use, then do we say?
Because I can use that Kardashian news. I'm like, she with who? Kanye West. They broke up a lot. Oh shit!
He said because he's got a reservation at Club Fed in the Booty House suite.
Oh
man.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna tell you. They done confiscated R. Kelly's commissary money. The money.
Hold on. Right now, I'm laughing because I read this because he's got a reservation at Club Fed in the Booty House suite. Talk about Trump, and then that reminds you of what you were gonna say, which is a segue to R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, feeling on your booty. You remember feeling on your booty?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember, because Dave Chappelle made the remix edition of the song about pissing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a segue for me. So they confiscated his money that was on his books because he owed. We know you got some money somewhere, Kel. So we gonna take all this money on your books because you ain't getting it.
Gotcha.
So there you go. Celebrity news you can't use.
What?
All right. Wow. So for our main topic, we were kind of, getting into. I really wish that Esoteric Podcast with John Yah could be here with us. But the whole thing was masculine versus feminine energy. Let's see. Masculine gender roles, right?
Yes.
Your LinkedIn user just came back and said we need to play some Kevin Samuels.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, and I found out who that was.
Okay, that got to be somebody trolling the fuck out of us right now.
I know who it is. I found out it's actually my cousin, and it is a male, and it is a brother. And my cousin and I, we actually have a lot of the same views. He is older. But he comes from that era where when you say men were men and women were women, he comes from that era. You know what I mean? So
and girls were girls. Never mind, I just showed my age. Never mind.
That's good because he shot me a text message and he was like, "Yo, that was me that was the LinkedIn joint," and But
cousin Tapper,
I need to figure out if he sent our podcast over to who was that he was sending it to Warren G, because Warren G is supposed to be doing the podcast and he's looking for some help. So I need to Nathan, if you're listening, you never let me know if you sent that over.
You know what?
We try to regulate.
Exactly. Do I need to regulate that I can if we need to?
Exactly.
The daycare that my kids went to, they used to go to school with his kids.
All right, so real quick, as we get into this, let's talk relationship, gender roles, masculine versus feminine energy. What were your initial thoughts? You said something about Pretty Brown Skin. You said something about wanting to get in touch more with your femininity as we started talking about this. So what do you mean by that?
Well, you know what? Doing this podcast and then listening to your podcast, your other show, The Tipping Point, you and John Yah, you helped me realize that I was not operating in my feminine energy. So I'm operating more in my masculine energy, and it's not necessarily because that's what I want to be doing. It's because I have no choice. I'm over here. I'm mama and daddy in my household. I'm the man of the house over here. I don't want to be the man of the house. I don't want to wear the pants. I want to be more feminine. I don't want to be as I'm not finding the words that I'm looking for right now.
Well,
but
I'll say, okay, so you want to just like you said, you want to get in touch with your feminine energy,
with my feminine side
more. I mean, I understand that there are you're playing both roles. You have kids, therefore you are the disciplinarian, where typically that might be the man. And
I am the end all be all over here.
You
especially
also
when it comes
are
to raising
are
boys.
the nurturer as well. You know, I know John, he raised his daughter, and you know, so that would be interesting to know, even to talk to him about that, as to how you know, a man in helping his daughter stay in touch with her feminine energy just the same, right?
Right.
Right.
But
you know, like I said earlier, I'm J-Lo with the ish. I'm gonna do it as many times as it takes to get it right. However, I don't want to be so strong and so off-putting that I emasculate a man. So I'm doing the work to get myself prepared for my next.
Dave Chappelle said one way a woman could do that, getting in touch with their femininity, is he said you could just shut the fuck up. You know, but I'm not saying that that's the case, but that is something that Dave Chappelle said, and it was a facetious, you know, joke. But I think what happens is women, when you have had to play that masculine role for so long, then I think it's kind of natural that there's a situation where you have that switch flipped on all the time, right? So then when you get into a relationship, I remember a young lady was telling me about this some years ago. It's back in 2015, 14, and she was my training manager, and for a company I was working for. She came down from Atlanta to train me for about a month, and with that in mind, she was telling me some stuff, and she was talking about how she's a boss at work, you know, and she's a good boss, and she, you know, pimps out dope numbers and everything. And with that in mind, it's harder for her to come home and flip that switch and turn it off. But for her, she felt like her man didn't do a good job of being very manly. Therefore, she felt like she had to step in more.
That's what it boils down to.
I've been there.
To me,
I have been there.
Yeah, I feel that's what it boils down to. How well is the man leading the household? How good is he at manning? You know what I'm saying? If he's not manning, and you can't really trust most of his decisions, I'm gonna say most of the decisions that he's making based on historical facts, on this historical data, things that's gone on in the past, it's hard for you to just let your guards down and just start just submitting and allowing him to fully lead. You know what I'm saying? And that Dave Chappelle shit, the problem is a lot of men that I've met are expecting you to shut the fuck up too soon in the relationship, or too soon in the beginning. Like, I can't just shut the fuck up and just allow you to start leading, and we're only a couple 2 or 3 months in. I mean, that has to be earned. It has to be earned. Everything has to be earned. You just don't get a submission because you're a man, because you're dating me, because we're 3 or 4 or 5 months into the relationship. You earn it just like you earn respect. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to it. So if, like you said, she has a problem with the man manning.
Exactly. Like, what if, you know, saying you're with a partner and they're not financially responsible? So like they, you know, saying like you're in a situation where you got extra money. The minute that they know that you got extra money, we got to spend that. And like now you have to say, okay, I don't have any money, I'm broke. Even though you're sitting on a couple of stacks. Because you know, the minute that they know that you got that money. So like I'm talking about stuff like that. Like, I don't want to be in control of everything. I want to be able to let my guard down and be able to be led. But I've not been in a situation yet. I don't know if it's that I'm picking the wrong partners. I don't know if it's because, you know, and I feel like I have to do that. Right now I feel like I have to do that because it's just me right now. I'm by myself. So I don't know if I'm picking the wrong partners, or is it men don't know how to be men, or what the issue is, but I feel like we all need to start learning. Men need to learn how to be men, and then women need to learn how to let their guard.
Right. Because, and she's not talking about earning more money than your partner. We're not talking about that. We're talking
about being responsible with the money.
Financially responsible. That's the problem that I had with the,
Okay, but okay, so let's think about that for a second. Number one, you know, how serious do you get into a relationship with someone that isn't financially responsible? And if you did get into a relationship, marriage with someone that is not financially responsible, how much of that are you to blame?
That was just one example.
Because ultimately, in that one example, that is a situation where, okay, you should have figured some of that stuff out before you decided to get married, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's like, you know, I was telling you, I was seeing somebody and they're like, I want to be on the path to marriage before I turn 40. But I've known you for a year and a half, and you know, I was trying to be patient, and you've had 6 jobs. You can't hold down a job, so your priorities are wrong. How do you want a wife and you can't take care of a wife? And I knew, like, I had to remove myself from that situation because I'm going to completely dominate you because I have my ish together, and now I'm like going to be pulling you to pull your ish together, and I'm going to dominate you. I was like, I gotta remove myself from this situation. Right. You need room to get your priorities is messed up. The last thing that you need to worry about is dating me and get your life together. So I think it just boils down to maybe making better dating decisions.
I think so too. And also that I think it just boils down to learning. Dating is learning experiences. If you just keep doing the same thing over and over, but actually you've learned from the past. I've learned from the past. So the things that we might have accepted or tried to maybe overlooked, because financially irresponsible wasn't just one issue that maybe made us not be able to fully allow ourselves to submit and allow the man to fully lead. There were other things too. Sometimes you don't learn those things in the first 6 months or year. Some of these things happen throughout the course of the relationship,
right?
And sometimes you're so far deep into it, you're like, let's talk about it or try to work things out or hope things will change. But after getting out of those relationships, of course, we grow. So something I left the relationship with somebody.
I left the relationship with somebody that was financially irresponsible, and I started dating someone new who had like a really great job. So I thought, and then they lost that job, and now you've had 6 jobs since then, and you're not responsible with your money. And I'm like, why do I keep dating these men who are not financially responsible?
But you got out of that one a lot quicker than
I did
before.
Oh yeah. Oh,
versus the one before you stayed in it. So that's what I'm saying. Joe, I'm talking to Joe now. Eventually we do learn. You know, you do learn to not accept things. You grow from the relationship. You become wiser, and you know, you have more wisdom about things that you definitely accepted in the past that you're not going to accept now. And that's male or female. You know what I'm saying? That's not just women. That's male and female. That's human beings in relationships.
Absolutely. And like you said, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over expecting different results.
Exactly.
And I think what happens is sometimes people get caught up in this cycle where they're just like on autopilot, and they're just doing wherever they're at, they meet a guy, you know, and that's typically how they meeting guys, right? Or that's typically how they meeting women. You know, nobody's sitting back and taking it serious and being intentional with what they're doing with their dating and saying, you know what, I'm going to, if all the guys that I've been dating have been coming from this particular circle of whatever, you know, I keep going to these same places, and the guys that I date come from these 2, 3, 5 places. Maybe I should go to some different places. If I want a guy that's more enlightening, then maybe I'll go to a bookstore. If I want a guy who knows how to handle himself around the house and fix some shit, then maybe I'll go to Home Depot and walk around and act like I'm looking for shit, but I'm sitting here looking nice in a nice dress, right?
And that's the conversation that I had with one of my girlfriends, and she was like, "Girl," she said, "she's like, we need to go to Ruth Chris on Friday for happy hour." She's like, "Cause these men over here where we be going, they can't afford to date us because like I said, I just got a new job. My salary level has gone up. So she's like, you want somebody that can, that can match what you can bring to the table." She's like, "We need to start hanging out where these people can afford to date you on your level. They can meet you where you're at."
So let's look at these comments. And right here, I like this. 6 jobs in less than 2 years, extremely excessive. Definitely not something you can overlook.
I can do it.
3 jobs in, you probably shouldn't have. Okay, Gigi. 3 jobs in, you probably shouldn't have. You probably should have thrown in the towel and been like, you know what? Probably not. We need to. But 6 jobs in, come on. That's.
I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
14 addresses in the last 7 years.
Yeah. After 3 addresses, that was too much. That should have been a walking away.
14 addresses in 7 years.
Yeah,
6
exactly.
jobs in how many? 2 months? 3 months? 2 years? That's too damn many. That's too much.
So and that's what I'm saying. That is proving what I'm saying. We're not being intentional, and we're overlooking things that are right in our face.
Right, and we're trying to say, okay, well, this is a nice person. They're decent to me.
So look at this question right here.
Right.
What 3 questions do you ask a man when you meet him to see if he has possibilities? All right. What 3 questions?
What do you do type of thing? I mean, right off the bat. Well, I do a lot of online dating. So what do you do? That's really asking how much money do you make? You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. I feel like that should come eventually. Like maybe.
Well, but see, if you feel like that should come eventually, and then you gauge that up against your past relationships, then do we say that maybe we need to change how we're thinking and we need to start looking at doing things differently? So again, what 3 questions do you ask a man when you meet him to see if he has possibilities? Now, nobody's saying you walk up to a dude and be like, "Oh, hi, hello, what's your name? And I've got these 3 questions." No, but we're talking about, let's be normal and talk about, you meet a guy, you guys decide to go out dating or whatever, you decide to go out for dinner, whatever the case may be, you're having conversation. So what 3 questions do you ask a man? Not the
first phone conversation, or the first 10 minutes of the first phone conversation.
Okay. I don't. Conversation.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. That that's what.
No,
I'm saying.
So my favorite question to ask is, why does your last relationship end? Because that tells me a lot. Like, are you able to take accountability for the wrong? Because it takes 2 people. If you're in a relationship with somebody, it takes 2 people to end it. So are you able to take accountability for what you may have played? How do you talk about your last partner? Do you dog them out? Do you call them names? Like, that tells me a lot. What's your relationship like with your child's mother? That tells me a lot right there. Are you active with your children? Do you saying, are you more than a child support dad? Are you active? Are you involved? What is that? What does that relationship look like? Those are things that I need to know up front.
Yeah. Me, I asked, when was the last relationship you were in? Because if it was just 2 months ago, you were just ended a 10-year relationship, buddy, you're not ready to date. So we're just wasting our time. Let's end the date right now. Period. Point blank. Yes. And how is the relationship with your child? Are you involved with your children's lives? I really don't give a fuck about the baby mama and the ex-wives. I really don't give a fuck. I just need to know that you're involved in the child's lives, because I'm not dating your wife. I'm not dating your baby mama. I just don't care. I only care is if you're involved in that child's life some kind of which way or how. And I kind of play it by ear after that, but those are the most and after they said, well, I didn't have a relationship since like last year or whatever. Well, how did they end up that going to that? But I always want to find out when was the last relationship and how long did it last? Because if it's recent, I'm not to be a rebound bitch. Period.
Okay. And that's a good one right there. That makes a lot of sense.
I love you. It does. It does.
Yep,
I love you.
absolutely. So
because I might be
so
rebounding him. Shit, tell you.
here's another one. Esoteric Podcast with John Yah. He says, "Where did you learn how to choose a man?"
I'm gonna tell you what. I would love to have a man that was like my father, but they don't make men like that no more. That's all I'm gonna say. They do not make men like how Ike Washington was. They do not make men like that anymore. My daddy was the bomb.com and my mama was that girl. So I mean, back to like what we were saying earlier, like, that was back in those days where you could work at Ford and you could, I'm trying to adjust my camera, you could, take care of your whole family off of that one paycheck. So yeah, my father, he took care of the whole house. I remember when I was like 10 years old, they paid the house off. I remember that was a big deal. He took care of the whole house. He bought all the groceries in the house. I remember he went grocery shopping every Friday when he got off work, grocery shopping, paid all the bills in the house. He took care, made sure all the kids were taken care of. And my mama worked. My mother worked. She had a job and she had her own money. And he still put money in her hands to go get her hair done every week. And he was a man's man. He could build anything. Like, this is before we had YouTube, where like how you do it videos. There was no YouTube, and he wanted to know how to do something. He went to a bookstore and got a book and read the book cover to cover and learned how to do it. He finished the whole basement in the house, learned how to do plumbing, electrical work, all of that stuff. He read a book, and he was just a man's man. But they don't make men like that anymore. No.
Okay, but so to answer this question, where did you learn how to choose a man? Then is the answer from your parents' relationship? Is that where you learned how to choose?
The first man she loved.
That's the first man I loved.
Okay, so when you say, as you said earlier, that you're taking a break because you don't make good decisions in choosing a man, then does that mean that you have not been inputting the information that you already have downloaded from your parents' relationship?
Apparently not. So that's what I'm saying. I'm taking a break. I want to make better decisions.
You know what? But I think it's almost kind of unfair to totally put it on you or me or the next woman. We're looking for man. We can't help what a person is like. Now you dated him for say a year and a half, and then the only thing
off and on. It wasn't like it wasn't probably a boyfriend, just off and on.
Right. You could have opted maybe a little sooner, but I understand as women we want to give people a chance. But sometimes we do make bad decisions as a person, as an individual, as a woman, because we're nurturers. At the same time, we can't help that there's a bunch of fuck boys out there either. And sometimes you're gonna meet a fuck boy. Yeah, it just is what it is. And we can't how can you avoid a fuck boy? They're out there, they're everywhere, they running rampant, they like zombies in apocalypse. They're everywhere.
I think
you can definitely end the fuckboy shit a lot quicker than just kind of accepting it and nurturing it. I'm not nurturing no more fuckboys.
And that was what I was going to say, is that for both sides, because we all make bad decisions. You have to make a decision as to what all you're going to deal with, and part of making that decision has to do with you valuing yourself, right? So
that's a big part of it.
Depending on how high you value yourself, depending on your own self-worth, right? Then you would make a decision to exit some shit that's fucked up sooner than later.
Right. And I had to sit down, I had to think about it. I was like, okay, T, you work out, your body is great. You own your own home, you make 6 figures, you bring a lot to the table. Why are you dealing with some bullshit?
Well, I don't make no 6 figures yet. It's coming, hopefully.
It's coming, sis.
Still working on the body.
It's coming.
Man, and also the self-worth thing, it really depends. Probably, I think sometimes with me, it really depends on how much I feel my self-worth is, or where I'm at with my self-worth. Because there are some times when I feel like I'm not worth not worthy of even dating somebody at the moment, because I don't feel all the way comfortable with my body, or I don't feel all the way comfortable with my situation. So if in the past, if I have dated someone, you're right, according to my self-worth, I might not date someone who's on the level that I should be dating. You know what I'm saying? I might date a little bit below my worth just because I don't feel like I'm up to par in my life where I want to be. So right now I'm really not dating anybody because I'm really not where I want to be at the moment. Getting out of that whole relationship is really mentally, but financially and everything else, it does drain you.
Oh, absolutely. So I mean, you really just kind of answered that question.
Mm-hmm.
If in fact we are not feeling up to par with ourselves,
right,
then we shouldn't be dating. We you know,
right,
because all you're gonna do is give another person your shit. All right.
Yes, I'm not trying to do.
And other people don't deserve our shit. You know, it's like
mm-hmm.
if someone is a smoker, and I'm a life insurance agent, right? So I have one client. She's never smoked cigarettes a day in her life. Her husband smoked, but she's got chronic pneumonia because of the years of being with her husband who smoked. Right?
Wow.
So he took his shit, his bullshit, and
gave it to her.
Put it off on her. God,
you know what I'm saying? And but at the same time, she chose to deal with that. She allowed it. She chose to deal with that. So, you know, now she has to suffer the consequences health-wise, and with a lack of being able to get quality life insurance or even health insurance, right? So you know, it's that's the thing. That's the piece right there. You have to, you know, value yourself enough to say, hey, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm going to walk away. Now, if you want to be intentional and say, okay, this is a mess, but I'm going to deal with it because I believe that there's some worth in there. I believe that there's some value in there. And so if you are willing to work with that and you are willing to take that on, again, that's a decision that you're making. So you can't go back later and say, oh, no, like my Pastor Keith, he said, look, I told my wife from the beginning that I don't like cleaning the bathtub. You know, he owns a cleaning business. He's a great cleaner. He learned it from his mother. But he told his wife in the beginning that I don't like cleaning the bathtub. So can you deal with that? She said yes. So what does that mean? That means he said later, she can't come back later and say, hey, you ain't cleaning the bathtub. Oh, I already told you from the beginning. We already agreed on that.
No, ma'am, no, sir. No way. I'm not cleaning out your fucking grime out your goddamn. See, I have siblings, but I was raised as the only child. I don't fucking like hardly drinking behind no damn body. I don't really like taste testing shit behind me.
You got me. I ain't got no damn
sludge of fucking man lust behind a nigga. No. You gotta
just be going off.
No,
but I had to sit and look at myself and say, I had to sit and say, okay, with everything that I bring to the table, I was like, that can be intimidating for a man, and I don't want to steamroll over anybody. So I was like, I need to. I bring a lot to the table. That can be intimidating.
A little bit.
Can be intimidating. Yeah.
Not for California man, girl. You gotta get you a California man.
I'm not moving to California though.
No, I know. You can date him and then he'll move out there because he gonna bring his $130,000 or $50,000 that he gotta make to survive out
here. That man's not moving nowhere.
He's not coming over here from my little country.
She's gotta come to him.
He might.
He's not coming over here from my little country.
No man that. And let me tell you this: we've had these conversations on the Tipping Point. We've had millionaires who have come on, and I might even do it for this show. Have a couple of my millionaire friends come on and talk about women and relationships, and we'll talk about the type of women that they're looking for. This and I mean, you talk about some of these conversations. I mean, one of my brothers, he was like, look, man, I was getting ready to go close this big real estate deal. I was nervous. I had to drive out of town, blah, 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 blah. I was so nervous. My wife, she pushed me up against the wall. She got down, unzipped my pants, and she went to work. Now that was her way of helping him calm down. Baby, go get that money.
She had lightened the load.
Baby, go close that deal.
Right.
So he left, went out the door feeling like, $1 million.
I'm the king of the world.
And guess what? Came home and, again, continuing to do big real estate deals. So, and this is, and I got that from one of our shows. It's recorded, but these are the type of things when, you cannot expect what you are not willing to give out. Mm-hmm. Let's just be real. So if you are not willing to give 150%, don't expect 150% from somebody. You're gonna find a rare jewel of a man that's gonna give you 150 fucking percent, and your ass is only giving 98.
Man, if that nigga don't clean up behind himself in the damn bathtub, I'm fucking
She's stuck. She's stuck.
Girl.
She is stuck.
What the point to that story was how agreements work in a relationship. That's what the point to that story was.
I got
agreement.
I got it.
When we make an agreement, you stick to it, and you can't come back later and go against
that agreement. He agreed to clean up his slurge. I got it.
So we're gonna agree at the beginning of the relationship that in the wintertime when it's cold outside, I don't pump my gas. You gotta take my car to the gas station.
Right.
Fill it up.
No reneging. No, don't you renege an Indian give on that damn promise. No.
I mean, even still, it don't matter. Bruh, I take my lady's car, I go fill it up. Even, whether we got 1 car, 2 cars, 8 cars, I don't look for her to. I look and see and make sure she ain't got to pay for the gas, let alone fill it up. You know what I mean? Like I don't. And what dude was saying, I know I hit all 5 and then some. So
she might actually be like, "Can I get your car to go fill up the car?"
I don't know. I don't know what type of dudes. I don't know what type of dudes y'all been looking at or whatever.
That doesn't even count. That doesn't count.
Y'all seen my man said that we're gonna cover some of these topics on this Saturday.
I'll be there on Saturday. Where's the?
I'll be at there sometime. I'll be kind of I go on my. Well, I wake up, put it on, and I'll be trying to get myself up, and then go to my little modeling class. That's usually when I leave out the class. I got to get myself together. But oh my gosh, Lord Jesus. Y'all don't mind me today. I've had a rough week.
You have been in rough form today.
Uh-oh.
She's been in rough form today.
Yeah, she has been in rough. I don't know what she was drinking before the fact.
I don't know, but I'm enjoying this version of Gigi, though. Okay?
Exactly.
I'm enjoying her.
She's coming with it. I ain't mad at it at all.
I am enjoying her.
Oh, love it. Shayna Dixon says, that's my dad. He grew up on a farm, so he knows how to do a little bit of everything, plumbing, car repair, etc. Bruh, I used to be an electronics engineer. When I was a kid, my dad gave me short radio transistor stuff where I would put it together. I read Boys Life magazines. I learned how to build a hovercraft using a vacuum engine when I was a kid. Like, I built walls. I built my room in the basement of our house with my dad. We put up the walls, everything. So hammer, nails, engine, car repairs, whatever. Even if I take the car, like right now I'm about to take the car to my wife's car to the mechanic in order to get the starter replaced. I can do it myself. I just choose to put money into the economy, I don't feel like doing it.
I replaced the starter before. No, I replaced the starter. That's the one that has 2 screws. Alternator has 3 screws. That's right. Yeah, I did replace the starter before.
I can put a battery in. and I can change a tire. I don't want to.
Period.
I don't want to do those things.
I don't want. I ain't
Exactly.
changing no tire.
Like I can do the oil change, you know, but I do all that. I hammer, nail, anything. I'm MacGyver, bro. I mean, like anything that needs to be fixed, whatever. I do that. So I think that there's some things, and my brother said that we're gonna cover this on the Tipping Point Show. Y'all support Saturday, 9 a.m. It's the Tipping Point Show. Y'all just look it up. The Tipping Point Morning Show on Instagram. The Tipping Point Show here on Facebook. The Tipping Point Show on YouTube, and or the Tipping Point Morning Show on YouTube. One of those. Either way, hashtag Mr. Just Ask Joe. You'll find it. And I'm telling you, we're gonna talk about
a dope
this
show.
Saturday. We're gonna
I'm gonna tell you what. Both of your other shows are really dope. The other show, Truth Be Told, I was listening to that Tuesday. I was 30 minutes late to work fucking with you. Ooh. It was so good. I was foaming at the mouth. And I told other people about this show, like, y'all got to go listen to this shit. It was so good. I was foaming at the mouth. And then I listened to it again today, and I was still gagging.
Wow.
But you know what's funny, though, is Peter Hayes, he touts himself as the international spokesperson for all white people. Right, and it's funny because he's got like us
a shady
kicked
black
off.
Woman, like an old lady, like an old black lady.
He got us kicked off WLOU because he talked about how Jesus has a natural daddy. Jesus has a baby daddy, and you know, at first they thought it was my comment about how if I was a slave, I would kill everybody in the house and then run to the next house and kill everybody in the house and then run to the next house and kill everybody in the house and then run to the next house and kill everybody in the house. But no, that wasn't it. It was the whole comment he made about and that was right around, let's see, that was what is it? What that was right around Easter. It was literally the weekend after Easter.
I remember that show.
Oh wow.
So, the first time I saw him, when you saw him, you was like, give us just a little taste. His food come with, you was talking about you was gonna let him spill just a little bit of tea, just a drop. His food come and spill a whole gallon, and not just any kind of tea. I'm talking about Vacation Bible School, sweet tea down in the basement of the church tea. A whole gallon of it. And I'm sitting here like the whole time, sitting here like it's like, I don't think he's supposed to say all that.
Not the church after the church dinner basement.
Yes. The Vacation Bible School.
Dinner tea.
So if y'all ever get a chance, check out the Truth Be Told show on Tuesdays, 9 a.m. Just look it up, Facebook, YouTube,
really
Spotify,
really
you know, all that good stuff. And y'all remember, you know, here, No Panties After Dark, just the same. Where we at? We are on Amazon Music.
Everywhere.
We on YouTube. We on well, is it iTunes? It's Apple.
It's Apple Podcast.
Apple Podcast. Google Play.
Spotify.
Spotify. Y'all really have no reason to not
support us.
To not support
you.
It's free. We ain't right. Hey Joe,
you should be listening every week. No.
Before closing, I did share it one more time on the timeline. And it just kind of ties in with what we've been talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up.
But yeah, we're everywhere. We be everywhere. Y'all ain't got no reason to listen.
And if you tell me that you missed the live podcast, there's no excuse not to catch it on replay.
Just listen. You ain't gotta watch it. You just can listen.
Hold on. Let me check it again because I see a link to our YouTube. That was just
Gigi. I don't know what was in your cup tonight, but make sure it's in your cup every week because you've been off the chains tonight, and I love it.
Oh, this one here. Oh yeah.
I'm sober.
Oh shit!
I've
been loving it. I've been loving it tonight.
I ain't had a chance to go get that, and I got an empty cup sitting up in here from last night.
You been off the chains today,
girl. I had to just be in rare form. Well, the one. That's the one. I knew that was the one. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, huh?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. Yeah, I love this one.
Can we bring back the women that rub backs and pack lunch?
Oh, that's the end of it. You gotta rewind it to the beginning.
Yeah, rewind it.
You gotta rewind it.
Heidi.
No, that is the
from
beginning.
God.
That was it.
No, it's not.
The women that rub backs and pack lunch.
What happened to it?
They're out there.
Okay.
Hiding from guys who come to them and say, I'm different. I'll treat you better than the other guy. And then treat them the exact same damn way. Hiding. They still rub backs and pack lunches. They rub their own back and pack their own lunches. That's what they do. Many have been manipulated into thinking that they are less than. Many have been abused in several ways. So they put up this wall and they don't want to have anything to do with us. And so if you come to them and you say you are different, you have to show actions. You cannot just move this mouth. It doesn't work like that. Yes, you have to work hard. Yes, you do. If you really want her, she's out there. She'll rub your back and pack your lunch. But you got to do right by her too.
Can we bring back the women that...
Yeah.
So
some of it kind of cut off, but
yeah, I think that, and I said this the other day. I said, fellas, do y'all remember when women used to brag about how they take care of their man? Women don't do that no more. Now, I don't hear no women bragging. That was back when men
used to take care of their women.
Right.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I don't know. Let me say this. I don't know what anybody else do, but I know personally that I cook. And I do these things simply because they're just natural things that I do. Like I'm gonna do them if I'm single. You know what I mean? But I cook. When I clean, I mop floors. I sweep floors. I do the dishes like every day. I do the trash. I take care of the trash. You know, when I wash clothes, I might pull them out and you know, I might fold the majority. We work together to fold them all or whatever. It's all good. It don't matter. You know, and then look, there was this one comment when you talk about paying bills. You know, the one comment on here, the post that y'all was talking about. Well, I don't know if y'all was talking about it. I might be just a little bit tipsy, but
we did talk about it. We had a whole first 30 minutes on it.
But about paying bills. So this comment is on here, right here. Yeah, he says, I don't do 50-50 in my crib with no woman on bills. Nah, I'm the king, damn it. I'll take care of the bills. You just hold the crib down. I won't throw it in her face either. Me personally, I feel like the man is supposed to be the breadwinner. If you can't afford to take care of home, then what the hell are you doing in a relationship? Yo, I know. I got this. Like, if she don't have it, then like my money is our money. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I look at it. You know, this is what I'm bringing to the household. So if you want, if you know, she don't have to. We don't do half. You know what I mean? Like
but in
just
this economy, it's really hard. In this economy, it's just really hard to one income to sustain a whole household.
Yeah, because back in the day, it used to be your money is our money, my money is my money. But it's really hard to be that way. Yeah.
I don't know.
And my mama, my mama was not the best cook. Let me tell you this. She was not the best cook. She fed us salty ass chicken legs every night. She was not the best housekeeper. I was like, and I'm sitting back thinking about it, like that man did not marry her for her cooking and her housekeeping. He couldn't have.
You know,
but he took care of her. And he was happy eating them salty ass chicken legs every night.
Things are very different. Oh, go ahead, Joe. Then I'll
No. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say things are very different now. Anyway, so we're kind of looking for things to go back to the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, and how
be like that.
It's not that way anymore. The role of the traditional household has changed. I'm just gonna be honest. There are a lot of men who are staying at home and keeping the children, and the women are going to work. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like that with my ex-husband, but he was retired military. He already did a whole career. So he would stay home with the kids and take care of everything. I ain't gonna say everything, but so-called take care of the kids, the boys, while I went to work. You know what I'm saying? I would pick up my oldest, take up my son to school and drop him off, but he still paid the bills. But think about the the way that people are earning money, social media influencers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, things have changed. Look at B Love, like, you know, B Love and Nabella on Instagram. A lot of these women have become millionaires off of social media. When they first started out, their husbands were working. A lot of these households, the husbands have stopped working and gone ahead and started helping the woman with her social media business, because it's become that successful, and it's become now it has become our business together. But a lot of these guys have quit their jobs to help these women who have become very successful, and that's how you both come up.
And
things have changed.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm still old fashioned. So, you know, I know I take care of electricity. I take care of water. If she wants to give me half, then she'll give me half. That's an agreement. She wanted to do that. She wants to give me half on the house payment. But let's just be real. She don't always give me half, and I'm not tripping because I got it. And I feel like if a man is out there and he's feeling like, okay, he don't got it, guess what? You need to go get it. So whatever that means, whatever that entails, go get a second job, or guess what? Look at your first job and figure out that, you know what, maybe I need to be making more money. Maybe this manager at whatever fast food restaurant at $45,000 is just not cutting it. Yeah, no, it's not. You need to go and do something else and go make some more money. You know, I can be honest. I've been in situations where I was looking at myself and mad and angry with myself because I'm not cutting it, and I had to do something about it.
Right.
Because I value me enough to say, you know what, I'm not cutting it. And again, all of this goes, but everything that we talk about since the inception of this show, the people you have around you, you know, all this narcissist, you know, understanding yourself, valuing yourself, all of the things that we've touched on since the inception of this show all plays a part. Because if you focus on having the right people around you, guess what? You're gonna have people that push you. Like my brother John Yah pushes me. You know, he shot me a message the other day. Yo, thank you for bringing up my project. Why? Because it probably enacted him to focus some more on that project, or it made him think about something about that project. That's the point in having, you know, that's why I have millionaire friends.
You push me, like, you know, saying you make me think about things and take accountability for things and see things in a way that I might not have thought. And that's why I value you as a friend. And I noticed, like, I had to look at my circle of girlfriends. Every last one of my girlfriends, they're all homeowners. They're all bosses where they work at. They all got it going on. Everybody can pay their own bills and take care of themselves. So, like, everybody's sufficient. I don't have no bums in my circle. I have you. You keep me accountable. You be like, T, what are you doing that contributed to this situation? You're my voice of reason. I love you for that.
I mean, and that's the whole point. Is if you don't have people around you that are uplifting you, or people that you can look at and say, you know what, I need to get like them. You know, I mean, John and we have plenty of conversations where I'm just like, you know what, there's a reason why I'm continually, you know, rocking with this dude, because, you know, and then my boy Diego,
John,
you know,
is dope, I love
Diego
John.
says some things. Diego's, you know what, makes $2 million a year accidentally. You know what I mean? And this brother's in his early 40s. I think he just like turned 40, 41. You know what I mean? And so, you know, when you look at different people like that, and different people, my brother Butch, you know, who I used to do a lot of food stuff with. He and I helped design Chef Space here in Louisville. He's the one of the authors of the Food Truck Association here in Louisville. You know, I was at that first meeting helping talk and things of that nature. I was sitting at the first meeting. I did not know that.
I've actually catered an event in Chef. I've actually been in Chef Space to cater an event.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I was sitting there, me and Butch sitting there helping design that, because they needed to understand what use would be there for food trucks as well as chefs. where you had food truckers and chefs right
and
there.
it's dope. That is so dope. That is a dope situation.
You know, when I say things like that, I don't say things like that, but I'm saying that's the type of people I got around me, and I value those people. And me and Butch done went to we didn't have people pull us apart getting ready to fight, and then later we look at it and we like, dude, that was so freaking stupid. The fuck were we thinking? You know what I mean? That's some real man shit, and I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of shit in this day and age where motherfuckers are acting like little bitches. When you look, you know, my boy Diego, he talks about the wolf pack. It's a little pack of guys that he's got that are all like millionaires or millionaire minded guys that are working towards that. And some of the shit that's talked about is going out to fucking get it and be hungry about that. But what's happened in this day and age, we have so many distractions that people are just content with mediocrity.
Yeah.
And so now when we start going out dating, you're dealing with a lot of mediocrity. People that are okay with just getting by.
Yeah.
And you know what? And that's what I had to think about. Okay, so I don't have mediocrity in any other area of my life. Why am I settling here? So I've managed to turn this situation into that, this situation into that. So I got it going on over here. So why am I settling for that? And then I had to realize, like I said earlier, I bring a lot to the table. That can definitely be intimidating to a man. So I have to change and be more, like Joe said, be more intentional with my dating.
But you know why we settle in relationships? I don't know, but I think it has something to do with wanting. Relationships is the only thing that we really connect emotionally with more than anything else, I feel like. Right?
Well, you know what? Let me be honest. I was settling. Let me be honest. I'm gonna keep it real because, you know what I'm saying, we fam.
You about to
everybody,
I
heard everybody. Everybody listening, y'all.
I'm bracing, clutching my pearls.
Clutching pearls. I had a steady source for sex. That's what it was. That's why I kept this person around. I don't, you know what I'm saying, like, it was cool, you know what I'm saying, we ain't had no STDs. I wasn't sleeping with nobody else. He wasn't sleeping with nobody else. So we ain't had no STDs. You know, so I didn't worry about getting pregnant or any of that. I had a steady source for sex, and that's why I dealt with what I was dealing with for so long, because I just didn't want to look for a new sex partner.
Yeah, that can be cool.
That's really what it boiled down to. I didn't want. Yeah, because there's too much shit out here. You know what I'm saying? He got herpes, HIV, and all that.
Monkeypox, chicken pox.
I didn't want to
the nigga pox.
Partner. That's why I held on to that situation for so long, because I was doing the nasty. I was being grown. I was doing the nasty.
Yeah.
Well, I
Look
know
at Joe's face. He wasn't ready. You knew I was going to say that.
I would like to start sharing more of my art on here as well, y'all, and I really got to get myself focused. Just listening to y'all. Well, I've been dealing with a lot. Tino, Pretty Brown knows what I've been kind of dealing with. Once I kind of get things settled, I'm gonna just dive back into my art, and
you got some dope art.
I've got to really get some things out so I can start doing these showings and try to get myself into a coffee shop to do, you know, a showing and different things.
Why don't we do your first showing here on the show?
That would be dope. Why not?
Let's do that. Let's do your first showing here on the show. You're gonna set it up like you would anywhere else, however you're gonna do it, and you're gonna give us a showing of your art. So when you're ready, let's do that.
I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm getting it. I got like a lot of from the PR person that I was supposed to have. I didn't even talk to him in a minute because he says I need to get some things completed.
You see the little
my art. I do.
Yeah.
Cause I do a lot of, I do abstract and stuff like that, and you know, the resin pieces, but the art that I actually draw from my mind or whatever, create, he feels like it's a lot of, I empower the female sensuality, and I don't purposely do it. It's just what comes out. I guess I try to empower myself through my art, because a lot of times I don't feel empowered, even though I present myself as pretty sensual type of person, but I don't necessarily feel empowered in my situations. I haven't felt empowered in a long time because I just got out of a narcissist relationship, and then my ex-husband was bipolar. So my mother, you know, I try to lift myself up, but I always feel never good enough, period.
Well,
So
what
I just
better
kind of,
time than the present to turn that shit
right,
around, Gigi?
turn it around. That's what I want to do. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Everybody's chiming in. Do it. That would be awesome, girl.
Yes,
Yeah,
girl.
man. So, yep. So here was a question here. How do you judge your worth? Anybody?
How do I judge my worth?
Yeah.
I'm still learning how to judge my worth. I'm still learning how to even love myself, because the love that I know that I've had was from my grandmother and grandfather. But again, I don't know what it is to have unconditional love from a parent. From a mother, my father loved me, but he was out there. My mother, I don't know what she feels about me. So because I always grew up listening to her tell me different things, bad things about my skin color, or bad things about having big breasts, or bad things about how I was going to look when I was older. Because I was light, I was going to be old, ugly, and all kind of stuff. So I you know what I'm saying? People would tell me I was pretty, but she would say shit like, they would say, "What she's mixed with?" I don't look like I'm mixed, but they felt like it because my hair, whatever. I guess back in the day, niggas was ignorant. But her response was always, "Oh, she mixed with fool." So I always heard these things, that I was mixed with fool, and I was a motherfucker, punk ass. You know, all these.
Mixed with what?
Fool, FOOL. I was mixed with fool.
Wow.
You know, she would beat me and drag me around the house by my hair and hit me in my face. Like, she was just really fucked up. So I don't know how to judge my worth. And then when I hear these men telling me different things, I said, well, shit, maybe it must be true. Maybe it's true. So I'm trying to like really learn how to know my worth, because I feel like I really don't like my body. I don't like the fact that I'm aging. Like, I don't like a lot of stuff about myself. I hate compliments because I don't see nothing that nobody else sees. So
right. Look, in my comments on my live said your mother was jealous of you.
That's what I heard, but I never. I've always heard that, but I never. When you're a child, you never understand. Like, how can you create me and be jealous of me? So I didn't believe that. I just believed that she hated me. She didn't like me. But as I grew up, I started to accept that, because that's what the behavior resonated as. And I still don't talk to her. I haven't talked to my mother. And
well, I mean, I can definitely say that again, it goes back to, John talks about doing shadow work a lot of times, and shadow work has a lot to do with you discovering yourself. So when it comes to that, then you have to be good with you for any of that other stuff to work. So for compliments to come at you and you say thank you and be grateful for that compliment, that has to do with you accepting you. So, most definitely there's the idea that you have to focus on self and focus on how you can get back to you, and that we've discovered on this show that counseling is not a bad word. Therapy is not a bad word.
Normalize therapy.
These are things that everybody needs, because I mean, think about it. On a day-to-day basis, you gotta wake up in the morning and you got to learn how to make it from one day to the next, right? Financially, spiritually, emotionally, but one of the things that I've learned is that when something's right when it hits you here, you might see a bunch of different vehicles, but there's only a select few of them that make you get excited and like, oh, I want one of them. I want that Land Rover. You know what I mean? You don't do that for the Yugo. You know what I mean? No. You don't do that for the little Chevy Caprice, you know, but you might do that for the BMW. You know what I mean? You might do that for the 350. So again, it's shadow work, discovering you and understanding what is in alignment with you, what is in alignment with your spirit. You know, what gets you up in the morning, what gets you excited. Focus on that. So you know, you get excited. I hear you get excited when you talk about art. So there should never be a time that you're not focusing on it. Because if that's something that hits you here, that gets you excited, then guess what? Even on a part-time basis, you need to be tapping into that every single day. Every single day.
You have to put yourself first. Put you first. Well, like every morning, you see how I get up at 4:45 every morning and I go to the gym. I put myself first before I do anything for anybody, for my children, for that place I go every day that pays my bills. I put me first. I go to that gym. I get in there. I eat weights for breakfast. That's me putting myself first. Put yourself first every single day.
You know what I'm trying? Like this 2022 has been definitely something that I never would have thought I'd ever have to go through. I'm dealing with some things with my younger son from the past relationship, the narcissist relationship. So I'm trying to get through that. And once I can get through that, I can definitely focus, but I've got to get him straight. I've got to get him taken care of because some things happen. You know, Pretty Brown knows what's been going on, but I've got to, like, I can't, if I even, every time I think I've got him situated,
something else happens.
Something else is going on, and I just got to keep my eye on him right now. I have to. He'll be starting college soon. He'll be playing flag football. He'll be playing football at this college next year, 2023 spring season. He's doing modeling class. He will be going through Department of Rehabilitation through a work experience program. So, like, I have to keep him busy because he's severe ADHD with the autism. So, but I am about to put my focus back into my art and my side. I got up this morning and I walked my 3 miles. It was hard because of my knee, you know, my surgery, but I'm starting to, what you do with gym first. I got my clock set 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to be doing my 3 miles and then ease on into a Pilates reform or something where I can get it together.
Just take it one day to the next. Just one day to the next. That's all you gotta do. One day to the next.
Yeah.
Just focus on every day. Focus on moving closer towards those things. Like, you know what to do. You know what's needed. You know the necessity that you have. So if that means you got to get up 5 minutes early, 10 minutes earlier, so that you can go into a room and focus on some art, because that's what calms you, that's what makes you feel good, then go do that. You know,
it's the block.
Yeah.
It's the creative block when I have my children on my mind or the safety of my son. It's the creative block. It's meditation.
Yep. Say your affirmations. Meditate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Meditate. Sit down. Meditate. See, we can make and please don't take this the wrong way, but we can make every excuse in the world that we ever want to make for why we don't do things. Right? So, you know, Pretty Brown Skin, you can make excuses for why you wouldn't go to the gym. But in the end all of it, you had to figure out a way to make it work, right? So you get up earlier to do it.
Ooh,
so you compromise
in the morning.
Compromise that sleep. You let go of some of that sleep in order to get up earlier and accomplish that. So again, like Sharon Dixon says, little steps each day lead to running a marathon. You got this, Gigi. You know.
I wish it was that simple when it comes to creating, but
it is.
You know what? I find it that way because I'm freelance makeup. I'm a freelance makeup artist and I do makeup in my spare time. I had none on today because I wasn't feeling it today. But a lot of times, like when I'm stressed out, thank you. When I'm stressed out, I sit down and that's when some of my best work comes out. Like I take it out on my face. So maybe some of those days when you're stressed out and you like, I don't know what to do, sit down and take it out on your art. Like, you know what?
I've tried.
Lay it all on the canvas.
I've tried, but if I'm like got so much internalized going on, and okay, so I've had some boys did some really fucked up shit to my son. So this week I had to call the police and file police reports, and you know what I'm saying? So I got so much internalized. I'm just trying to get my son taken care of. I want to make sure my son is safe. So I am taking precautions and steps to make sure he does not get in that situation where people can take advantage of him and hurt him, because we were at the hospital trying to make sure he didn't have a concussion and shit like that. And I think people take advantage of him because he's autistic, but he wants to make friends. But I'm like, you just can't make friends with everybody. So this whole year has been I've been like a butterfly in a cocoon. I have so much inside of me. And once I can just sit down and get it out, I'll probably have this room be full of goddamn paintings. It's going to be full of shit all over there. I got empty ass canvases everywhere put up behind the couch. It's just,
I can't wait to
one
see
on the
it.
wall that is halfway done. It's just been there.
Well, look, it's about that time. We've been at it for 2 hours.
Now.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you good, Gigi. Biggest thing, get out there and conquer. Be that conqueress and do it.
Shana.
You can do it, and that's what we all know. Any last words before we go?
I'm getting up at 7 o'clock doing my 3 miles.
Cash at me. Put our cash.
She's looking for a sponsor. I'm still looking for one for my tummy tuck and my mommy makeover. So you know what I'm saying? Do her or me or both of us. You know what I'm saying? We need sponsors. Period.
Definitely need sponsors.
I got you.
Yeah. She needs that mortgage paid.
We appreciate the change to jingles, but we rather have the money than foes.
Period. She's a queen to be.
It's all good. It's all good. Every bit of donation, sponsorship that comes this way, you got business or whatever that you want to advertise. Anything that comes this way just helps to create a better experience for you, the end user that is rocking with us every week. So we love y'all.
Thanks for rocking with us.
Absolutely.
Y'all have to keep money out. We're getting done over.
Yeah, I'm ready to go because I know mine's is back from chilling with their peoples and in the crib. So I'm ready to go. I've been eating watermelon. Watermelon.
Yeah, shit, I already know about that. I'm surprised you didn't tell the people what the watermelon does.
Man, I've been eating watermelon for like a month every day. Man, I love me some damn watermelon.
No, Gigi, ask Joe what the watermelon does. When he said at the beginning of the show, I knew what was up.
I would have something to do with the blood vessels and the male fallacies and things like that.
That's
it does circulate the blood.
The blood vessels in anybody, absolutely.
Mr. Nasty Tank.
But I said the male fallacies.
Yeah.
Appendages.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to Shana Dixon.
Thank you, Shana.
For that wonderful show. Shout out to LinkedIn user. We're going to say Mr. Nathan. Shout out to you. Shout out to Denise Moore, who has been our guest a few times on the show. And I didn't understand what she was saying when she said, what are the levels? But we'll have to get her to elaborate in the comments maybe. Shout out to Esoteric Podcast for chiming in with us. Shout out to
Thank you.
For chiming in with us as well. James Craycroft. He was a little bit silent tonight, so good.
Yeah, James.
Shout out to Rocky Alexander. Appreciate you chiming in just the same. Shout out to Tiandria Washington.
Oh, that's me.
Appreciate you. Oh, that's you? Oh, okay.
And then
I was trying not to go by your gut and all that. And let you be pretty brown skin on here and be Tiandra Washington out there. That's all I was trying to do. Shout out to Lauren M. Childress.
Thank you, Lauren.
Exactly how to say it.
Have a good evening too.
But shout out to Courtney Lindsay. Shout out to you just the same. And I'm looking for a comedian, man. I want a comedian to come on and do.
Oh, that'd be dope.
I know one. I got a couple.
I know a couple.
I need them to come on and do a 5-minute bit each week, man. That would be dope. 5-minute bit each week. That would be extra dope. We'll put them on Front Street just like this. And
look, Pretty Brown. Hey,
we'll put them right on Front Street. Exactly. Just like that.
Right, you girl,
it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. But everybody, appreciate you. We'll see y'all same place, same time next week. We out.
Period.
So, I didn't get to do any commercials. I'm terrible about that. I'm gonna do some commercials right now. And you listen, I need y'all to listen to commercials, and I need y'all to support these local people who are
Health Daddy Wow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what, listening to the Tipping Point show is how I found Health Daddy Wow. And then when I caught COVID, after I got out the hospital, I went to Health Daddy Wow and I bought the mucus eliminator. When I tell you that shit's amazing, that shit is fucking amazing.
That's a testimonial. Look at that testimonial. Okay.
I found it from Joe. Health Daddy Wow.
Wow. Shit.
Folks, check out healthDaddyWow.net. 100% plant-based herbs and supplements. Whether you're in person or online, use the word tipping for 10% off. Remember, feel better, look great, healthDaddyWow.net. Remember, healthDaddyWow.net.
Habibi Trading Company, home of soap, sticks, and Saya Baba products. Over 400 locations at a store near you. Cincinnati, Ohio, Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky, Southern Indiana, or find yours online at sayababa.com. Again, that's sayababa.com. Habibi Trading Company, where you can find fragrances to incite your senses.
我说他是全网最大，你们有没有反对的？哎呦我去，哎呦我去，尴尬尴尬。吓尿了，来上一口，开播了啊！怎么都是水？
She looks like him. She looks like him. She looks like him. She looks like him. She looks like him.
What the deal? Like a chocolate candy. Tell me how you feel. How you feel? She looks like him. Yeah.
Celebrate your queen. Elevate your king. Celebrate your queen. Elevate your king. Celebrate your queen, bro. Elevate.
Over the phone, dropping tears. I get my bottom when I do this. When you drunk, you tell me exactly how you.